10 games, all under $5, all built around outsmarting something that really doesn't want to be outsmarted. These are the best indie stealth strategy games you can grab on the cheap, where patience pays off, plans fall apart beautifully, and every dollar punches way above its weight. Let's count them down. At number 10, Pizza Possum, $3.49. Now look, this isn't some brooding tactical masterpiece. It's a possum stealing pizza from increasingly angry dogs. But hear me out. The entire game is built around not getting caught. You sneak through neighborhoods, gorging on every scrap of food you can find, dodging patrol routes, ducking behind hedges, grabbing keys to unlock the next zone, all while the local police force closes in. It's stealth boiled down to its most joyful, chaotic core. Players call it a ton of fun and easy to pick up, and they're right. There's local co-op too, so you can drag a friend into your criminal snacking empire. It's not a textbook strategy game, but it's got more sneaking tension per dollar than most games at 10 times the price. A perfect palate cleanser. Pun absolutely intended. Coming in at number 9, Perfect Heist 2, currently $3.99. This one's a round-based online game where robbers try to hide in plain sight while cleaning out a bank, and the cop team has to figure out who's real and who's about to walk out with a duffel bag full of cash. That's right, the stealth here isn't about shadows, it's about deception. You blend in with NPC crowds, choose characters with unique abilities, and pray nobody notices you slipping into the vault. Meanwhile, the cops are sweating, trying to read behavior and catch you in the act. Players say it delivers a genuine rush of excitement, even in random lobbies, which, let's be honest, is not something you can say about most online games. Nearly 90% positive from 3,500 reviews. For under $4, that's a steal. Literally. Number 8, The Escapists 2, $4.99, down from $20, 75% off. You're an inmate. The prison is the puzzle, and every single day on the inside is a chance to craft, scheme, and dig your way to freedom, if you're clever enough. The strategy here is layered. You follow the daily routine to avoid suspicion, meals, roll call, exercise, while secretly hoarding materials, building tools, and mapping escape routes, tunnels, vents, disguises, brute force. The game lets you choose your method, and then gleefully punishes you when it goes wrong. One player spent 40 in-game days tunneling under an electric fence, popped out the other side in broad daylight, and got, quote, no-scoped by a guard tower. 11 out of 10, they said. With multiplayer co-op and over 26,000 reviews at nearly 90% positive, this one's a no-brainer at this price. At number 7, Shadow Tactics, Aiko's Choice, $4.99. This is the standalone expansion to one of the finest stealth strategy games ever made. And yes, the base game is also on this list. Set in Edo period Japan, you command the kunoichi Aiko and her team of assassins through meticulously designed levels where every guard patrol is a puzzle and every shadow is a lifeline. The stealth tactics formula here is world-class, coordinating multiple characters, each with distinct abilities, to silently dismantle entire compounds. IGN gave it a 9 out of 10, calling it simply more of an excellent stealth tactics formula. High praise for an expansion, and frankly, deserved. Mimimi Games knew exactly what they had and just gave us more of it. Players describe it as relaxing yet engaging, the kind of game where you pause, study, and execute. For $5, you're getting a standalone chunk of tactical perfection. Number 6, Heat Signature, $3.74. This game is a masterclass in emergent chaos. You're a freelancer in space, breaking into procedurally generated ships, and every single mission is a miniature heist that can go sideways in the most spectacular ways. The stealth is real-time and top-down. You sneak through corridors, ambush crew members, use gadgets to create distractions, and when your plan inevitably falls apart, because it will, you improvise. That's the magic. One player put it perfectly. You go from struggling on hard missions to feeling like the Alpha and the Omega, where opposition only exists to be broken. 133 hours, that person played. The only complaint? There isn't more of it. From the developer of Gunpoint, which, spoiler, is also on this list, Heat signature sits at over 91% positive from nearly 7,000 reviews. At under $4, this is absurd value. Number 5. Payday The Heist, $4.94. Now this one leans heavier on action than pure stealth, but the heist planning, the tactical coordination, the moments where you're trying to stay quiet before everything erupts, that's where it earns its place. You're a career criminal pulling intense, dynamic jobs, and every heist has that knife-edge moment where stealth meets chaos. This game is 15 years old this year. 15! And players are still calling it one of the greatest horde shooters of all time, even against Helldivers, Killing Floor, and its own sequels. The gunplay is smooth, the heists are tight, and the community refuses to let it die. One reviewer called it old but gold and recommended a mod called DAHM to bring it up to modern standards. For under $5, you're getting a game that spawned an entire franchise. Respect your elders. Number 4. This War of Mine, $2.99, 85% off. This is not a fun game. I mean that as the highest compliment. You don't play as a soldier. You play as civilians, starving, sick, terrified civilians trying to survive a siege. And the stealth? It's not about being cool. It's about scavenging at night, creeping through ruins, deciding whether to steal from someone who has even less than you. The strategy is resource management at its most gut-wrenching. Food, medicine, morale, and every decision has weight. One player, a survivor of the Syrian civil war, called it a beautiful, painful, and realistic playthrough of war. That's not a review, that's a testimony. Over 88,000 reviews, 91% positive. For $3, you're getting one of the most important games ever made about what war actually costs. It stays with you. Number 3. DEADBOLT, $2.49. From Hopu Games. Yes, the Risk of Rain people. You are the Grim Reaper. Your job is to quell an undead uprising, and you do it by being the most precise, patient, ruthless stealth operative in gaming. This is a side-scrolling stealth action hybrid where one wrong move means death. Yours. You slip through vents, set up kills, manipulate the environment, and execute with surgical precision. The store page calls it extremely challenging. One player said that's an understatement and that going for 100% completion will put you on suicide watch. The difficulty scaling is beautifully designed though. You can feel yourself improving, and that's what keeps you coming back. 92.5% positive from nearly 5,000 reviews. For $2.49, you get one of the tightest stealth action experiences on Steam. Death has never been this affordable. At number 2, Gunpoint, $2.49. This is the game that made Suspicious Developments a name worth remembering. You're a freelance spy in a trench coat with spring-loaded pants, and I promise that's less ridiculous than it sounds. Okay, it's exactly as ridiculous as it sounds. But here's the genius. The core stealth mechanic is rewiring. You hack into a building's electrical systems and reroute them. A light switch now opens a trapdoor. A motion sensor triggers a guard's own gun. You're not just sneaking through levels, you're rewriting the rules of the building itself. Players call the writing fun and punchy, and one critic gave it a 9 out of 10, praising how every element works in harmony. The only real complaint? It ends too soon. Players felt there was still space to explore the mechanics when the credits rolled. At $2.49 with nearly 95% positive reviews from over 10,000 players, Gunpoint is one of the best stealth puzzle games ever made, period. And at number 1, Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun, $3.99, down from $40, 90% off. This is it, the gold standard. Me Games looked at the legacy of Commandos and Desperados, those legendary real-time tactics games, and said, we can bring that back, and we can set it in feudal Japan. And they did, brilliantly. You command 5 specialists, an assassin, a samurai, a sniper, a street kid, and a kunoichi, each with unique abilities, across sprawling, intricately designed maps where every guard has a patrol route, every rooftop is an opportunity, and every mistake is catastrophic. The stealth strategy here is deep, deliberate, and enormously satisfying. PC Gamer gave it a 92, calling it one of the greatest stealth games of the last decade. Players who grew up on Commando say Me brought the magic back out of nowhere. Over 30,000 reviews, 94% positive, for under $4. If you like stealth, if you like strategy, if you like feeling like the smartest person in a room full of people who want you dead, this is the one. No contest. 10 games, all under $5, all built to reward the clever and punish the careless. If any of these caught your eye, links are in the description. Drop a like if you found something new, and subscribe if you want more bargains that have no business being this good. See you in the next one.